If you ever come across a penny dated 1943, stop and take a closer look, because this is one of the most unusual and misunderstood coins in U.S. history. Some 1943 pennies are completely normal, some are collectible, and a tiny number are so rare that they can be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to tell what kind of 1943 penny you have, how to test it safely, and what actually matters when it comes to value. To understand the 1943 penny, you need a bit of history. During World War II, copper was needed for ammunition and military equipment. Because of this, the U.S. Mint stopped making pennies out of copper in 1943 and instead used steel coated with zinc. That's why most 1943 pennies look silver instead of brown. These are called steel pennies, and they were only made for 1 year. Because this change was so unusual, the 1943 penny quickly became famous. Many people grow up hearing that a 1943 penny could be extremely valuable. But what most people don't realize is that there are different types, and only one type is truly rare. The first thing to check is the color. A normal 1943 steel penny will look silver or gray. Over time, some of them darken or develop spots, but they never look like normal copper unless they've been altered. A brown or copper-colored 1943 penny immediately raises questions, but color alone is not enough to determine value, because many steel pennies have been copper-plated after leaving the mint. The easiest and most important test you can do is the magnet test. A genuine 1943 steel penny will stick to a magnet. This is because steel is magnetic, while copper is not. If your 1943 penny sticks strongly to a magnet, it is almost certainly a normal steel penny. These are collectible, but they are not rare. Millions were made, and most are worth a few dollars depending on condition. If your 1943 penny does not stick to a magnet, that's when things get interesting. A non-magnetic 1943 penny could be one of two things. It could be a steel penny that was copper-plated after it was minted, or it could be a genuine 1943 copper penny, which is one of the most famous and valuable errors in American coinage. To go further, the next test is weight. A 1943 steel penny weighs about 2.7 grams. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams. This difference may not sound like much, but a digital scale can easily detect it. If your 1943 penny weighs close to 2.7 grams, it is steel, even if it looks copper-colored. If it weighs around 3.1 grams and does not stick to a magnet, that is a very strong sign that it could be a real copper error. Another thing to examine closely is the surface of the coin. Copper-plated steel pennies often show signs of wear, where the silver color starts to come through underneath the copper coating. Look at the high points of the coin, such as Lincoln's cheek and jaw, as well as the edges. If you see silver metal peeking through, it is plated and not a genuine copper coin. Also pay attention to the edge of the penny. A real copper penny will be solid copper color all the way through. A plated steel penny may show uneven coloring, flaking, or spots where the coating has worn off. These details are very important and often overlooked. Now let's talk about the famous 1943 copper penny. These were created by accident when a small number of copper planchets from 1942 were left in the minting presses and struck with 1943 dies. Only a tiny number escaped into circulation. Today, fewer than 24 genuine examples are known across all mint marks. These coins are among the most valuable U.S. pennies ever made. If you believe you may have a real 1943 copper penny, do not clean it, do not polish it, and do not try to improve its appearance in any way. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. The next step would be professional authentication by a major grading service. This is the only way to confirm whether it is genuine. It's also important to check the mint mark. A 1943 penny can have no mint mark, a D mint mark for Denver, or an S mint mark for San Francisco. All three mints produce steel pennies, and copper errors are known from multiple mints, though they are all extremely rare. The mint mark alone does not make a steel penny valuable, but it does affect collectability and price. Condition also matters. Steel pennies are notorious for rust and corrosion because steel reacts easily with moisture. A clean, bright steel penny in high condition is far more desirable than one that is dark, pitted, or heavily worn. Even though they are common, high-grade examples can still be worth keeping. If you enjoy learning how to identify coins like this and want more videos on rare pennies, valuable errors, and simple tests you can do at home, make sure to subscribe. And if you've ever found a 1943 penny yourself, comment below and let me know what test you tried.